Hello dear viewers and welcome once again to my YouTube video blog. Today is the 5th day after my facial feminization surgery, which happened last Thursday. As you can see, they have taken the big bandages off my face, and now what I have on is a compressive garment, which is made basically of elastic fabric that I can take off. Then this is very nice because I can take it off to shower and potentially to eat. And very soon I'll be going back home. We're actually going back home tomorrow. We're going to be leaving, our flight's taking off at 2 p.m.
Something like that.
So we'll be back in Montreal sometimes tomorrow in the evening. And I'll be reintegrating myself into the real normal world. And looking forward to doing that. But this garment, I'm going to be eventually able to take it off when I go to school and all that. But I'll still have to wear it to sleep and to wear it most of the time for a little while because it keeps my face from swelling uncontrollably, basically. Yes, and yesterday Dr. Zakowski gave me a demonstration of basically this massage that I have to do 3 times a day. That is meant to reduce the swelling on my face, and I must say it was extremely painful. Like, so far everything's been going well, but we went to the clinic yesterday and he demonstrated this massage to me, and he presses really hard when he does it to like expel the fluid out of your face. I still had a drain then, it's been removed now, but God, it was so painful it made me cry. And I felt really bad after that yesterday. So I don't know, I've had a rough day yesterday. But apart from that, I must say, things have been going pretty well. You know, people are telling me that my healing's going really quickly. The bruising seems to be reducing quickly. I mean, what do you think?
Definitely. I mean, every day your bruising is less than the day before. And you look better than some people look in their 5th day photos, I think.
Possibly. Still look quite a bit yellowish, but, you know, just gotta give it time, I guess. At this point, I'm not really like hard pressed to go back to like going clubbing and putting on makeup. I'm gonna give myself all the time I need to recover. And I want to be patient with myself, but yeah, you know, this whole FFS thing has been a lot of stress, and slowly it's getting better. I'm getting less uncomfortable. But when I made that video after 2 days, I was at a level of discomfort that made me think, you know, that I don't know if I'd do it again. Like, I was seriously thinking at that point, if I had known it was gonna be that painful, I would have thought about it, you know, twice, about doing the facial feminization. But you know, what's also cool is that while being here, we've met some other patients of Dr. Zakowski. We've met a girl who's been operated on today, I believe.
Yeah, her surgery was today, and we met her yesterday evening.
We met one that was operated 2 days prior to my surgery. And we also met her caretaker, who was operated a few years ago, also by Dr. Zakowski. And these people, well, they're all very nice. They all complimented me and told me, "Oh, you're gonna look stunning. It's only a matter of time," which felt pretty good, you know. But it's maybe helping me put things into perspective and thinking that all this pain should be worthwhile in the end, because, you know, it's gonna be my new face for the rest of my life. And I'm really swollen, and when I look at myself in the mirror, it's hard for me to just look at myself and think, wow, I'm so pretty and feminine. Like, Dr. Zakowski came to visit us, and he brought my pre-op photos, and he was like, look at your forehead, look at your jaw, look at the amazing difference. You're stunning, you're amazing. But like, I look at those pictures, and I look at myself now, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm super swollen, it hurts, and I'm bruised, and I have bandages on my nose and on my face, and you're telling me I'm stunning. You know, it's hard for me to to really see the beauty through that, but you know, things are improving day by day, and you know, maybe a week from now I'll start looking a little bit more normal. But already I can see that there is indeed a big difference. I can see that I don't really have a brow bone prominence anymore. My brow bone stuck out a lot before, now it just doesn't. And just Erinn was commenting the other day that my eyelashes were, you know, much more visible than they were before.
Even when they brought you back from the surgery, on the day of the surgery, when you came into the hotel room and your face was covered in bandages and one of your eyes was swollen completely shut, one of the first things I noticed was that when seen in profile, your eyelashes stuck out really far now on the one good eye that you had, because your brow bone was so much smaller.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting that I can already see differences. I can also see I have much less chin, and well, I didn't have much Adam's apple to begin with. Now I pretty much have none whatsoever.
Your nose is very different looking too.
My nose is very different looking, and Dr. Zukowski is supposed to come this evening to take off this nose bridge thing here, and I will finally be able to see my nose for real for the first time. Looking forward to that. I'm a bit scared, but everybody seems to think it's gonna look good, so gonna cross my fingers. But yeah, you know, I'm getting a little bit less stressed. I'm starting to look forward to coming back to Montreal, and energy-wise, you know, I'm not feeling as tired anymore. I think I'll be able, when I come back to Montreal, to start working on my master's thesis, on finishing that, you know, on resuming my work fairly quickly, still without pushing myself too hard, obviously. But it's gonna be interesting. Another issue, though, that you know, like Erinn's been coping with some stress too. Obviously, as a caregiver, she has a lot to do for me, and it's a lot of work, and it's disrupting her sleep because I wake up in the middle of the night and there's meds I have to take and all that. But also, she's my love partner, and she's been telling me that one of the hardest things for her is dealing with this fact that she doesn't recognize my face anymore. So do you feel comfortable talking about that?
Of course. Like, obviously I expected not to recognize you when you first came back. Like, I expected you to be so swollen and bandaged and that it was just a matter of not being able to see your face. But I had seen and admired Zukowski's work in the past because I always thought that people came out looking like their own sisters, you know, their twin sister. Like themselves, but just subtly feminine. But since I've been here and I've been worrying about this, I've looked at pictures of his work, and I feel like that's less the case now, and I don't know. I mean, it seems likely to me that what it is that I'm panicking now, and I saw clearly before, but I still feel like I can't recognize you. I feel like all the salient points of your face are gone, and even now when you know 75% of the swelling is gone, and your face is still bruised, but instead of being bruised black, it's bruised yellow, which is a little bit closer to skin color, and your lips are not so huge anymore, and your nose is the only thing that's covered, I still feel like it's not you. And this is apparently not uncommon. Like, other partners and caregivers have said the same thing on the internet, and to me, like, I've spoken with them and they've said similar things. And not to mention other people that I know who have non-trans partners who've had plastic surgery for, you know, X reason. And they say it's weird, it takes some time to get used to it. But I have to admit I'm anxious about it. That I'm wondering, you know, when the weirdness will end. And I'm figuring, I guess, if it never ends, I'll still just get used to your new face, but that makes me uncomfortable. I don't like the idea of, like, you never looking again like the person that I've known.
Yeah, because we were talking, just for example, I have all these video blogs online and all these pictures on MySpace of my old guy self. And you've been telling me that when you look at my guy pictures, you feel like it's someone you don't know. You feel like it's not me. And now you're afraid that when you look at the girl pictures from before FFS, you might feel like it's not me also.
Yeah, well, I already feel kind of awkward looking at our old pictures because, I don't know, I still feel like that's you, that's the you that I've known our entire relationship. And I feel like that person has gone away and hasn't come back yet. I don't know. It's difficult. Like, I feel like I shouldn't necessarily be feeling this way, that it's just not productive. I mean, because intellectually I know it's you, and obviously I'm relating to you as if it was you. If I felt that you were a complete stranger, obviously I'd feel really awkward taking care of you, sleeping in the same bed as you and all that. But, so there's some level of me that totally accepts that you are you, but at the same time when I look at your face, I can't help but feel uncomfortable. And it's really something that I wasn't prepared for. But of course, I've never been through anything like this before, like with a trans person or a non-trans person. No one I've ever known has had massive plastic surgery on their face or like an accident or a burn or anything like that. So everyone I know, their appearance has changed gradually over time. No one has ever changed like this. I mean, it's not overnight, but it's pretty much as close to overnight as you can get. And yeah, it's unsettling. It's something to think about, I think, for partners, and I guess for people who are going to do something like this, to keep that in mind, that the people in your life, and not just your partner, obviously your parents, like, they might be sad to see that you maybe won't look like their child anymore.
I'm still a little bit scared because my mother is internet phobic, so she hasn't seen any pictures of me so far. She's gonna see me tomorrow or after tomorrow, and my face is gonna be completely different. And I'm kind of afraid, you know, I hope that she's not gonna break out in tears or something, you know.
Yeah, but I think if that's what happens, you just kind of have to deal with it, because I think it's not an unreasonable reaction. I mean, obviously people don't love you for your face. They love you for everything, but there's something about faces, it's really visceral, you know, like...
Yeah. When you think about someone, you imagine them in your head, you picture their face.
Yeah, and you don't picture, like, some other different face.
Oh, well. At least I still get the feeling that we love each other.
Yes. Yes, I mean, it hasn't really affected my feelings for you, but I'm just afraid for the future, because I am afraid. I'm afraid that I'll feel awkward, or I'm afraid that it'll make me feel strange about looking at your old videos on YouTube, and especially the stuff that I'm there, like, you know, we just went on this trip to Paris, and we have all these nice pictures, which will hopefully go up in a future video, and, you know, I might feel weird looking at those in the future, because if I get used to your face, then I'm going to look at them and feel like they were pictures taken with a stranger. And if I don't get used to your face, then looking at them is going to be like looking at what I wish that I could have back, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm going to feel maybe a little strange looking at those old pictures of myself at some point, so I guess it's going to be an adaptation for me too. It's already an adaptation for me, just having to do the post-op care. It's going to be a big change in my life. So anyways, I guess this is going to be the conclusion for today's video vlog. Much more things to reflect on. But I gotta say, there's a lot of things that when I got involved into this process, I just didn't think of. You know, in my mind it was like, I spend some huge amount of money, the surgeon makes me more feminine, I be on painkillers for a couple of weeks, and that's mostly it. But there's a lot more to it than that, and I think people should be a little bit more.
Yeah, there's Q-tips in your nose every day, all the time. Hundreds of Q-tips. They don't talk about that part.
You don't talk about the fact that painkillers actually do not completely kill the pain. It's a lie. It's a lie.
I still think it was worth it.
Oh God, I hope so. But anyways, that's the conclusions for today's video. Bye bye people.